Hi, welcome to another episode of Connotations, where culture, health and spirituality come together in the time of coronavirus. I'm Naomi White in Brisbane, Australia, and I'm joined by another Brisbaneite, Andrea McDonald. How are you, Andrea?
Hi, Naomi. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Andrea.
Okay. Obviously, as you mentioned, I'm a Brisbaneite here in sunny Brisbane and live with my 9-year-old son, Harrison, and my husband, Rob. I am one of the owners of a recruitment firm called U, and we have just over 100 staff across 3 offices here in Australia, in Brisbane, one in Western Sydney and one down in Sydney CBD. So that keeps me nice and busy.
Oh, I can imagine. So how's this coronavirus situation affected you?
I mean, there's been sort of both on a professional front and personal front. Obviously, as you'd expect, the last sort of month have been definitely really focused on the business and looking at, how we really help, all the staff. We've got 100 people that work for us that we feel really responsible for, and really making sure that our business is healthy and, everybody feels sort of secure and supported over, what will probably be, a pretty hard sort of upcoming couple of months. That's obviously really tested our skills in business, and, every day is a new learning opportunity. We sort of were joking that it's management on the fly at the moment. You get, multiple questions every day that you think, I have never come across this before. I've got no idea how, we are meant to deal with it. But it's been actually really great because it's actually brought, I think, we were saying the other day, I think our business from a culture perspective is closer than it's ever been because we're actually collaborating more and, we haven't seen this scenario, and asking staff where we might have typically just sort of run with decisions ourselves. So it's been a busy past 3 weeks, but I think the team's really come together, and we're certainly looking with positivity in terms of moving forward. From a personal perspective, obviously, it's been managing, having a 9-year-old at home, and Harrison's a single child. So I think that, brings its own complexity about how you keep them entertained and engaged at home. And so, and actually have felt, a lot more connected on the home front, because typically I might leave for work at sort of 7 in the morning and I'm back at 6:30, whereas now, I'm still working here in my makeshift office upstairs, but connecting a bit more with the family, which, that has been an upside as well. It's sort of been the impact for me over the last month or so.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Do you think there'll be some things your family will do differently after this is all over as a result of this?
Yes, I think so. So I know for me on a personal front, the upside has been given because our business now is working completely remotely. So we're not going into the office. It's actually given sort of me a little bit more structure. Sort of sometimes for me, the thing that falls off the bandwagon, you can sort of tend to become very focused on work. And so, health and well-being and family connections, personal relationships, they're unfortunately sometimes the things that fall off, agenda for me. And so it's sort of given me an opportunity that now, I can get up, I do an exercise in the morning. So that's been a really nice sort of change. And then, I'm here for breakfast, even though I might be in the office, but I'm seeing sort of Harry and Rob through the day. And then we've created a bit more structure with, having dinner together at night and doing a few rituals that are about resilience, which, we didn't have really as much opportunity to do. And I feel like at work as well as at home, I've sort of noted, as someone said to me the other day, which I thought was a really good take on it, that they're not using the word virtual, because that sort of implies that you're not quite there, you're almost there. And they're not using the word remote because that implies that actually we're remote, whereas, now we're feeling like we're actually more connected than we've ever been. And I'm experiencing that at home and in the office because we're leaning in terms of how we're managing people and being connected more. I'm having far more conversations than what we typically do, and the same at home. And so that's, been a really, I think a silver lining to this has been actually I'm feeling like people are more connected than they've ever been before. And people are making sort of effort to, reach out to one person a day that they hadn't before, or, do one kind thing as part of their sort of resilience ritual. And I'm feeling like that's been a really lovely upside from both a work and a personal sort of community perspective.
That's fantastic. Has there been a word that's replaced virtual and remote, or they've just abandoned them?
Well, the person I was talking to said they're calling it working online. So they've replaced virtual and remote with online, and they felt that it maybe had, for them, a more positive connotation to, that new way of working.
Perfect. I love it. So, Andrea,
Yes.
what advice or perspectives have you got that you think may benefit other women around the world?
So for me, it's been certainly, and it's been a baptism of fire in terms of how we manage this. But one of the big things for me has been about resilience. I think that those that we see are, for us as females, I know that we have got so many hats that we're managing at the moment. How we're managing at home and helping obviously our personal lives stay on track, as well as then managing in workplaces. Where everybody is also trying to do that. And so for us as a business, resilience has been one of the things that we're really trying to help our employees with. So we're sort of practicing at work. I don't know, I've read a book recently called The Resilience Project. I don't know if you've read it before, but it's a very practical book. It is steeped in sort of science, but they sort of have a resilience ritual that you do each day, and it's called G.E.M. So it's about gratitude, empathy, and mindfulness. And so, I've been practicing that each day. It's just it's a 10-minute meditation. It's, there is actually a resilience journal that you can do as part of it, but it's pretty simple practices, doing one nice thing for somebody, exercising that empathy, showing gratitude, and being mindful. And so for me, actually, it's about I'm making a conscious effort to make sure that I'm, resilient, healthy, and focused, so that then I can care for what I need to care for at work and at home. And so I think my takeaway from this has been, really making sure, which we often don't as females, looking after ourselves first, so that then we can be looking after our responsibilities both at work and at home as well. And so far, it's made a big difference for me. And, hopefully someone might pick up the book and have a read of it. It's something that's, useful for them as well.
Andrea, that's absolutely amazing. What a lovely note to end on. Thank you so much for your time, and have an amazing day.
Thanks, Naomi.
Bye.